Good morning. Putting a little lip conditioner on. Okay guys, good morning, good morning. All right, so I'm gonna do some color correction for you guys because this is what sold me on the SEINT makeup. I always had issues getting my dark circles. Sorry, my dog is like panting like crazy behind me, so if you hear that, that's my dog. I always have issues with dark circles under my eyes. I've had dark circles for a very long time. I had some childhood injuries or whatever, and one was pretty severe, and both my eyes swelled shut and were solid black and blue for about 2 weeks. So ever since then, I just have had it. I think it damaged the area underneath my eyes. I don't know. And just gave me these beautiful dark eyes. And especially right now when I am uber pasty and don't have any sun on my face and I haven't been using my sunless tanner, they really stand out. So I've always had issues trying to color correct that and conceal it without it settling in the lines underneath my eyes, without getting cakey and pasty and like crackling underneath my eyes, just, you know, an hour, 2 hours after wearing it. That's what it would do, and I hated it. And I would just rather have had the dark circles that I was having than have that makeup underneath because it made it look worse. So I would just end up taking it off. So when I tried out the color correcting with SEINT, and it didn't cake underneath my eyes, it didn't settle into the lines, it was not thick, it didn't crust up, it stayed all day, I was sold. I was done. So I'm going to show you how I color correct under my eyes, the products I use. I'm also going to talk about color correcting melasma, sunspots, dark spots, and red spots. That's what I love about this makeup too, is the versatility of the product. So if you're on a budget and you're looking to color correct and get a cheek color at the same time, you can do it. If you want to color correct melasma, sunspots, dark spots, and have a contour color at the same time, you can do it. And I'm going to show you all of that today. Okay. First and foremost is, with any makeup that you're doing, is your tools, guys. You need good brushes. Brushes really do make a difference in your application, how it goes on and staying on, so that the makeup applies correctly. This being all in one compact like this cream makeup, you need cream specific brushes for it. Okay, and all of our brushes, again, functionality with the brand is they're double-ended, so you get 2 brushes in one. And I love them. They're easy to use, and you can use them for different things. I always wanted a nice set of brushes prior to coming on with SEINT, and you know, you would have to buy like a brush set of like 10 to 12 brushes, and I would be like, I don't even know how to use 10 of those 12 brushes. And this stuff is very easy to understand and to use. And you know, technically, you know, if you wanted to get started, 2 brushes would do you. 1 would do you. 2 would be fantastic. You could do everything with it. This guy is the Triple ID brush, and it is a workhorse. It could do your entire face if you wanted to. Once you get used to the makeup and you want it to do fine tune it a little bit, you can go into other brushes. Okay. All right, so like I said, all of the makeup comes, you put it all in a tin. You can customize it, lay it out, put it in there. Whatever works for you is how you do it. It's completely customizable. But everything comes in a little tin like this. You pop this tin out, it's magnetic, and you drop it into your compact, and you can set it up. Okay, so I am gonna start with my eyes. I have blue and purple underneath my eyes. So I use 2 colors to color correct. If you get your color match done, I will give you the suggestions on what colors, if you have dark circles under your eyes, if you have bags underneath your eyes, if you just have some darkness, maybe it's not blue or purple skin, but you just have a darker under eye, what you can use to brighten that up and color correct it. It's really easy. But I have the blue and the purple, which is what I'm going to show you how to color correct. So this is the blend brush. You want to use a smaller end brush, so you can use this one if you happen to have the detail, where did it go? The detail brush, you could use this small end of it, but you want a smaller tipped brush to get in this area, okay, to lay down the color correction. So blend brush, I'm going to use the small, more domed end like this. So I use two colors. One is called Frenchie. Okay, this is a lip and cheek color. So here is your versatility. You could color correct it and you could use it as your cheek color if you're coming into this on a budget and you have so much to spend. This guy is going to be a workhorse for you. You can do both with it. This is called Sunlit. This is a highlight color that you would use on your face, depending upon your skin tone, but I use it to color correct under my eyes, okay? So the Frenchie, the peachy color, is going to go against my blue tones. The yellow is going to go against my purple tones, and those two colors together are going to completely mute out the darkness underneath my eye, okay? So if you have bags underneath your eyes, you are going to do things a little bit differently than dark circles. And I have a tutorial in my Facebook group, my Metabolism and Makeup Facebook group, on how to do dark circles versus doing under eye bags, because they are different. You do want to do those a little bit different. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to go into my Frenchie and just see tiny amount of product right there. And that's even a little bit, so I'm going to use it on both sides. It's a little bit much. And I'm just going to go in and move it around underneath my eye. I'm going to come up because my darkness goes onto my lid right in there, and I'm just going to push that around. So you can see tiny product, okay? I'm getting real close so you guys can see. And I'm going to do this side and just blend it around. And then, like I said, I go up right here just because I have some purple that goes right here onto my eyelid, like that. Okay, so already a lot better just using the Frenchie, right? So I'm just going to take that in and wipe it off just a little bit before I go into my Sunlit, which was that yellow color. And again, tiny amount of product, and now I'm just going to put that right over the Frenchie. Never before would I have put like this many colors underneath my eye without it being cakey and full and just awful. But you can see, look, let me get in here real close, that it's not cakey underneath my eye. And it's color correcting. Look at that already, because I got really bad sleep again last night. I have done something to my left knee and I'm not sure what it is, and it hurts through the day. Like, I would say it's probably a 6 out of 10 through the day, but I can tolerate it. I'm not taking any pain medicine, any ibuprofen, anything like that. I'm just staying moving and not letting it stiff up, and I'm continuing to work on strengthening my legs, my quads, my hamstrings, stuff like that, to keep the pressure off my joint. But for some reason at night when I get in bed in that position, it goes to a 10 out of 10. It absolutely throbs and it hurts and it's sharp and it's just miserable. So for the last 2, and that just started, the knee has been hurting for a while, but the acuteness of it has gotten worse over the last few days. And the last 2 nights is when it has just absolutely kicked my butt at night. So I am not sleeping at all. I can't get comfortable. I did take some ibuprofen last night to try and do it. It helped a little bit. Keep losing my connection. Okay, so I have color corrected. You can see underneath there. Look at the difference underneath of my eye, my dark circles, okay? Tiny amount of product. So now I like a very bright under eye. So I'm going to use a brightening highlight called Linen. It's a brightening for me. It may be a main highlight for somebody else. Again, it just depends on your skin tone. So I'm going to use this guy. I like using the buff brush to put this underneath my eye. It's a very dense and compact brush, so you get good coverage with this. This could be a great one if you want fuller coverage on your face. This would be the brush that I would recommend for that. So I'm going to take this smaller end and just gently go into my linen right here. Okay, tiny amount of product. So when you're doing your under eye, you do not want to swoop your product like this, your concealer or your brightener like this underneath the eye. All you're going to do is accentuate any dark circle or bag that you have. You want to bring your under eye concealer or highlight, okay, down the inside of your nose like this, across your eye to the outside corner, and then meet. You want to make a big triangle underneath the eye. Come down like that. And look at the difference already. Look how much brighter this is right here. And again, it's tiny amounts of product, guys. Tiny. It's definitely buildable if you like more coverage. But I would definitely start with less and then come into it just to show you how much coverage you get with small amount of product. But look at that right there, guys. Look at the difference between this eye and this one already with the brightening. And I've given myself a little bit of a lift by taking the product up like that, okay? So now I'm gonna do the other eye, just like this. So again, come down the inside of my nose, come out to the corner of my eye, and then meet those lines, making a triangle underneath my eye, okay? Just like that. Now, from beginning to end, look at the difference. Color correct under my eyes. I look like I got good sleep last night, right? Okay. All right, so there's how to do dark circles. Now let's talk about, hey Georgia. Let's talk about sunspots, melasma, dark skin spots that you may have, and any redness that you may have. If you have any kind of dermatitis, red spots, psoriasis, good morning, anything like that, Aspen is going to be your girl, okay? Again, you can, if you're coming into this makeup on a budget, you can use Aspen to color correct and contour because it is a contour color. I like to use it just for color correction, and I have a different contour color that I can show you that I like to use right now just because I'm so pasty and I feel like it's a lot warmer. This, if you can tell, has cool undertones. It's got some green ashy underneath of it, and that's why it's so good for color correcting redness and dark spots because it's opposite the color wheel, okay? So you're gonna take this. Now up until, I don't know, a few months, it's gotten a lot better. When I had my little girl, and she's 1, I got severe melasma, like right here and right here. And I started using a bleaching retinol cream that my dermatologist had made for me, or gets made from a compound pharmacy. That information too is in my Metabolism and makeup group under the skincare unit. You can go in there and check that out. If you're here in the Louisville area, I'm happy to refer her to you and you can go see her. I've referred a ton of my mascara clients and fitness clients to her because she's amazing. And she can, if that compound cream is appropriate for you, give you that. If you do not live in the Louisville area and you're interested in what that compound cream is, I'm happy to tell you what the ingredients are that I have. Take it to your dermatologist and see if it's something that you can get made, because it has made such a big difference in my skin. I wish I would have saved some of my photos when I first started with SEINT back in July. How much melasma I had and how bad like my freckles were and my dark spots, and this cream over the last 6 months has made such a big difference in my skin. So I used to have to use Aspen a ton right here prior to putting on my main highlight to color correct. As you can see, I don't really have much anymore. I've got a couple dark spots right here. There's a dark spot. There's one right there. So I'm not going to be able to give you justice in how well Aspen works, but it works. It works to color correct. I promise you. This was my girl when it was a lot worse. So I am going to just show you. Okay. So I'm going to use my buff brush again. I'm going to use the smaller end. I'm going to go into that Aspen and I'm just going to put it on those darker spots, and it's just small amounts of product. Okay. Small amounts, guys. that you're going to put down. And let's see, I'll go right there, kind of a dark spot. And it might look a little dirty at first is the best way I can describe it, but don't worry about it. You're going to fix it with your main highlight. Okay, so I'm doing it. Aspen, like I said, it also works. It's fantastic at covering redness. Like you can just see that. So you can't change the texture of any zits that you have, guys, but you can change the color. You can take the redness away. So this is great for helping to remove redness. And for some reason, I've got some redness going on right here, right now. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that aspen down to help break some of that redness up, and right there around my nose. Okay. So if you have any redness, melasma, skin spots, like I said, I am 100% going to recommend Aspen to you to color correct because it will. And again, I don't have a ton of product on my skin. Let me get in here real close so you can see. Okay, so color correct, and I haven't even put on my highlights, guys, and already look at how much of a difference my skin looks better just from doing that little bit of color correction. So I have a client, she's rather new to SEINT, tell me the other day that she used Aspen. She has redness, continuous redness on her nose right here, and she didn't feel like doing a full face of makeup that day, and she had a little zit, she said a bright red one right here. So she just took her Aspen and put it on here and put it on her nose and blended it out, and that was it for the day. And she was like, that's all I had to do, and it blended into my skin flawlessly. It took away the red, and I was good. So I'm telling you, Aspen is your girl. Okay, so I have all that underneath. Now let me just show you putting on my main highlight here. I'm going to use the Triple ID foundation brush. This one's my favorite for putting on foundation. This is a medium coverage, light to medium coverage. Like I said, if you want more full coverage, buff is your girl right here. Otherwise, this one will work just fine. So I'm going to use my main highlight color, which is called Aura, which is this guy right here. And just lightly put that right over. And look at that, guys. Look at my skin, how evened out my skin tone is. Tiny amount of product. You should not feel like you have anything on when you're wearing this. You should not see it, and you should not feel it on your skin, okay? All right, so I'm gonna do that just to show you. Okay, right back over that Aspen. I don't have a ton of product. Again, I'm going to come in real close and show you guys how even out my skin tone is. But look, you can still faintly see some of my freckles through there, so I don't have a ton of product on, but I'm color corrected, and it's good to go. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you guys. If anything, I hope it sells you on the product, how fantastic it is for color correction with such minimal product. Oh, let me do this for you. Okay, so if you are a woman of age and you put this underneath your eye, you are going to want to use a sponge, okay? Wet your sponge. Mine's not wet, so I'm not going to do it. You're going to want to wet your sponge, the Perfector sponge, take it and press underneath your eye, okay? And what that's going to do is push the makeup into your skin in a good way, but pull off any excess that you have laying underneath your eye, all right? So use your sponge underneath your eye after you've color corrected and put your product on. Then you want to set underneath your eye, okay? You want to use a very dense brush. I like using the buff brush. We do have a powder brush right here, which is super dense that you can use to press, but you're gonna wanna take and use a setting powder and press into your skin. A very fine, loose setting powder or a pressed powder, and just a tiny bit, and go in there and set underneath your eyes. And then your color correction and your eyes will stay great. It won't cake, it won't settle into your lines, anything like that. You're gonna look phenomenal the rest of the day, okay? So there's tips on that. And I think that's it. So if you want to get color corrected, if you want to get color matched, you can shoot me a DM. I'm happy to color match you. When you get color matched, you will get color matched with two highlights. Your main highlight, which is what I use to go over like the bottom half of my face. And then you'll get color matched with your brightening highlight, which is what you can use underneath your eyes and all the areas that light naturally hits your skin. And then you'll also get color matched with a contour color, okay? All three of those colors provide coverage. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. They're chopping down a tree next door right outside my window. Anyways, okay. All three of those products provide coverage on your face, okay? Each one goes in its designated area. Again, I have a ton of tutorials in my Facebook group on how to put it on for beginners, newbies. It's super easy once you get used to it. And I think the biggest troubleshooting thing that new clients have is using less product. It's tiny amounts of product, guys. Such small amounts of product go a long way with this. So you want to get your color match, shoot me a message. I'm happy to color match you. If you're interested in joining the program and becoming an artist, we have a big event coming up on January 15th. Huge incentive to join. Normally there is zero incentive. We're not allowed to offer incentives to clients or people that want to be artists in the program. But on the 15th, if you decide to come on and be an artist, you get an extra $65 in product on that day, which is huge. And it's a great way to get started, guys. The commissions are great. There's no catches. You don't hold any inventory. There's no minimums. You work as much as you want to. It is completely up to you. I would not be a part of this program if I had monthly quotas and things that I had to meet, because that's not why I'm in it. It's not for me. My primary job is a nutrition coach, so I can't do anything that would take away from that, and this does not. This adds to it. It's fantastic. It's a product I already love, and I'm just sharing it with you guys, and it equals fun spending money for me is what we're doing it for. Take trips, whatever it is that we decide to do with that money. So if you have any interest, shoot me a message. I would be happy to give you info, get on a quick call with you, talk to you about it. No pressure, no obligation. That's not how I roll. You have to like it and enjoy it to want to do it. And if you do like the product and you enjoy it, you're going to be very successful at it. So yeah, so that's it. So color match or interested in the artist program, whatever you got, shoot me a message. If anything, I hope this color correction video was helpful for you, and I hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll see you later. Bye.